Blog Talk Radio.
You are listening to Shriekfest Radio.
Hello, and welcome to Shriekfest Radio. This is Denise Gossett, the festival founder and director, and your hostess for the day. Shriekfest Radio has been around for 8 years. It is Women in Horror Month. February is Women in Horror Month, so give the women in horror in your life a little extra love. And Shriekfest is currently celebrating its 20th year. Yes, you heard that right, 20th year. Write down these dates. Shriekfest LA is October 1st through the 4th. Shriekfest Orlando is November 7th. And our next Shriekfest Presents is, let's see, I've got it right here. It's going to be in March. Let me find the exact date. Sorry, I should have this pulled up. It's going to be Child's Play 2, and I'm sure we will have some special guests as well. Oh, shoot, I can't find the date. Why can't I find the date? Oh, here we go. March 13th, Friday, March 13th at midnight. It's the 30th anniversary for Child's Play 2, and we will be showing it at the New Art. So make sure you get your tickets and set that date aside. It's going to be a lot of fun. Our next cutoff date for submissions is March 1st. So get them in. We've got features, shorts, scripts, films, music videos. We've added a few more categories this year for awards. So we have Best Director, Best Actress, Actor, Cinematography, Editing, along with all the other awards that we've had in the past. So that's kind of exciting. You can sign up for our newsletter off our website, and our website is shriekfest.com. The call-in number today, if you have a question for myself or my guest, is 516-531-9858. 516-531-9858. And if you have a question for myself or my guest and you'd rather not be on the air, you can always tweet at Shriekfest or email at shriekfest.com, and I will periodically glance at that and get those questions answered. Super excited about my guest today. She's an actress and a producer. She produced and starred in Do Not Reply. She plays the role of Mia. Her name is Ivon Millan, and I would like to welcome her to Shriekfest Radio. How are you?
Hi, Denise. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. It's good to hear your voice.
Thanks. We're out here. I'm outside in California, in Huntington Beach area, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to sit outside and have this talk with Denise.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Is that the area you live in?
Yes, Huntington Beach.
Oh, nice. Huntington is very nice. I like it there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you have quite the background. You were born in El Paso, Texas. You went to UCF in Florida.
Yeah.
I am from Florida. So what made you decide to go from Texas to Florida for school?
Well, it all had to do with Hurricane Charlie.
Oh, that darn Charlie.
Yeah. So I'm from El Paso, Texas, and I had just finished high school, and I was just trying to figure out where to go, and my parents decided to move to Florida because of the hurricanes and all of the damage that had to be repaired. And my dad is an electrician, so he's like, I have a lot of jobs, a lot of work over there. So that's why we went over to Florida, and then I decided to go to UCF, and I went to school there for theater studies and film. And, it was a good experience. And then I realized that I just had to try out the LA life and see if I could get some more jobs out here as an actress and potentially a producer. And I drove myself to California. And then the second day I was here, I already had a job, like a gig lined up for me to be a PA in. It was Santiago, a feature film You can find it on iTunes. And so I got that gig through a group of filmmakers that I met through the Orlando Hispanic Film Festival that I inserted myself in. And so, yeah, that was during my UCF years when like my last year of UCF, I decided to be part of this film festival, and I contacted the director through Facebook, and we started talking, and then next thing I know, I had an internship there, and then I was helping coordinate all the filmmakers, and it was really fun. We had it at the Club Theater and the Club Plaza. And
wait, which theater?
So anyway,
I can barely hear you. Are you talking into your phone?
Oh, let me take off my headphones. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. So which theater did you guys hold it at?
Oh, at the Cobb Plaza. The Cobb Plaza Theater.
Okay. How did it go working with a film festival? It's a lot of work, isn't it?
It was great, but there was a lot to do because the director wanted to have a blue carpet and a red carpet. So it was a lot of work. And we were the first film festival there, and the film festival died. Unfortunately, it's not around anymore. Yeah, but that's where I met a lot of filmmakers that I still keep in touch with, and one of the groups that I met, they were going to produce a feature film, and they were looking for PAs. So I decided to be part of that. I mean, to ask if I could be part of it. They said yes, and so I drove myself to LA, and then the next day or two I was driving around the city, doing the PA work, and it all started that way.
Wow.
Doing PA work and then moving up. Yep.
So now so when you were in Texas, what made you have the desire to be in this industry in the first place? Do you remember?
Yes. So I've always liked to be on stage and just performing. So before anything, I'm a performer. And I think that what really helped me decide was that I won like a Best Actress award in the city of El Paso. During my high school one act play competition, and so we went over to state, and then we were competing in the state level, and that was really cool because I didn't really expect an award at all. Nothing, and then I got like the award. Yeah, the Best Actress award. So that was really cool. And then when I thought, well, maybe I should pursue this. And then I went to college, and when I was out in Florida, I was in a play, and then I got a scholarship for that play. And then, so then I thought, okay, so maybe I should do it, like serious, just try it and work at it at a different angle. For film, because I thought, theater, I mean, I love theater and everything, but I feel like it's very competitive. And with film, I feel like I could have more of a grasp on what kind of story I want to make. And so then the producing came along, because I was thinking, like, eventually I want to produce my own content, my own stories, or stories from my community. I come from El Paso, Texas, and that's like the border town, and there's so many stories out there. I've seen, a lot of different people, different walks of life, and so eventually I want to produce my own stories or stories from my community. And that's how it happened.
You have been doing some producing, though, so. What would your advice be to actors out there that want to start producing as well? My advice is to be a PA in as many things as you can, just to like see the flow of what a production, what that side of things
looks like and how it works. And eventually, this is what happened with me. I just started to be more involved and eventually it became a producing job because I was doing a lot more than just PAing. So
Sure.
if that actor is a go-getter, then they'll eventually be producing anyway. You know. So
well, it's a great way
that's my
to
advice.
learn what it's like to be on a set and, get to know people and make connections, because that's also super important.
Yes, make connections and make sure that you're working with the right people, like the people with integrity. And I feel like that's also very important because that way you start building your group of loyal and reliable people. And so
Right.
when you have the story and the funds to make something happen, then you'll know who to trust with whatever job that comes up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you were involved with the feature Do Not Reply, which was in 2019 Shriekfest. How did you come about being involved with this project? Because you acted in it and you produced.
Yeah, I was only going to be a PA, and then I asked if I could audition, and then I got the part, and then
You're
I
kidding.
continued. Yeah, and I had to audition in front of the casting director, and that was like, I was nervous about it because I've never met her, and I mean she's this casting director, Arlie Day. She was bringing in like big names like Jackson Rathbone, which is who
Right.
they ended up getting. Yeah, so then she's used to seeing like the bigger talent, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna perform in front of her. We'll see what happens, and it worked out. And after my maybe like 3 days of shooting of my scenes, I stayed on as a PA, and then like I said, it turns into doing a lot more than just PAing, and then I ended up producing. So
I love it.
That's how it all
So
happened.
you had just signed on just to PA. You didn't have any connection other than that.
Well, I have connections because I do know the directors. Daniel Waltos is my husband, and
Okay.
his father, my father-in-law. But I have to say, like, okay, I had to audition, and these guys are tough. Like, it's not. They were like, well, we're gonna tell you right now, if you don't do good, we can't use you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, that's understandable, that's fine. I was thinking like, I'd rather do it the right way, go through the
Sure,
auditioning
prove
process
yourself, right?
Yeah, and also for my own self, because I was like, I want to be able to say that I was able to audition in front of this casting director that has seen, big names, and it worked. So yeah. And but also I wanted to tell you, Denise, thank you so much for having us for Shriekfest. That was our world premiere. And so it was an awesome experience, and your staff is so sweet as well.
Oh,
So,
thank you. Well, we loved having you guys there. You guys were amazing, and you're such a great go-getter and hustler, and you're out there, and you were like anything we needed, you were right there, and I wanted to thank you for that because that was really awesome.
Yeah, well, I think it's because I love the film festival atmosphere.
Yeah.
I just love that everyone is like gathered to celebrate filmmaking, and then you meet all kinds of filmmakers that are there with their film and their passion and their project, and it's just so fun for me. Like I love it. Ever since that film festival I was telling you about, the Orlando Hispanic Film Festival, I just became like a film festival junkie. So I'm having a great time with Do Not Reply. We've been going to festivals, as Shriekfest, and then we went to Orlando Film Festival, and then we went to the New York Horror Film Festival, and then and then we're going to be screening this Wednesday, the 19th of this month, at 9:30 at the LA Live Regal. and we hope people can make it there as well. And it's been a really good experience, and people are liking the movie, and we're getting some good feedback. So I mean,
well,
mhm.
it has a great message. So for those of you listening who have not seen it, it's about social media abduction.
Yes.
And this is rampant, as you guys know. Matter of fact, I went and saw recently 2 FBI agents talking about this, and it is seriously frightening. So I'm glad you guys made this movie to make people more aware.
Yes. Yeah, and that's exactly what they were aiming for. The directors, writers, Waltos and Daniel Waltos, wanted to make this movie to bring this this message and this topic to awareness because, well, as Walt was telling us the other day, there are 50,000 predators online at any given time, and that's from the FBI.
Yeah, and it's probably even more now because the numbers he was saying, it could be 50,000 in one state.
Yeah, it's just
frightening,
ridiculous, and it really is. It's a problem, and the thing is that these kids have the phone right at their fingertips, which means that these predators are right there in their face, and a lot of times it's girls that are 15, 14, they might be putting pictures up that are a little too scandalous for their age, and then lying about their age, and then they meet up with a stranger because he sweet talked her or whatever, and then next thing you know, you can't find them. So that's really what the message is about, and so it's a topic that needs to be talked about. It seems like these numbers are growing a lot. It's a problem.
Well, right, and it's not only the abduction either. Like what they were telling me, it's child pornography. So they friend these kids and get them to send pictures over the internet of them naked. It's a whole sad mess.
Yeah, and it's so like normal for these kids nowadays. We were talking about this film to, I forget who it was. I think we were at a restaurant or something, and then we started talking to the waiter, and she was telling us how her 13-year-old flashed the neighbor's kid, and then so she's like, "Why are you doing that?" And then she said, "Mom, but he's cute. He's cute." So it's normal to them. Like that's the new way
that's weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird and frightening. I have an 11-year-old, and we refuse to give her a phone for all of those same reasons.
Yeah. No, good. That's good. I have my sister and my brother, we were talking to them about this, and my sister's like, yeah, the other day there was a little boy that was sending his private parts as a picture to all the girls.
Oh,
and
gosh.
They're in middle school.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's a thing, and I mean, it just feels like somebody has to say something. I know it's a topic that we just need to touch, So
right.
So it feels like it's one of those movies. This is one of those movies to have you think about how to approach this topic with your son, with your daughter, or your niece, nephew, whatever.
Right. No, it's great that you guys did this. It really is. And hopefully lots of people will see it and second guess giving kids phones, because that's where the trouble starts.
Yeah. For my little brother and my little sister, I gave them the phone. And my mom, I didn't realize, I didn't really think about it. So my mom was really mad at me for a while. She's like, you're supposed to talk to the parent first before you do that, because that's it is something that the parent should choose. And it is. I mean, now I see the problem. It's a big problem. And now if I try to take the phone from my brother now, imagine it just becomes a
Right.
So it's not a good
Right. It's hard to backpedal now.
Yeah, but I also feel that many parents give their kids their phone so that they can see where they're at. If they're, because they go to school, and with all these shootings and all that, like, I understand that side of it, yeah, because
yes.
what if somebody needs help right away? And
right.
so I feel like it's just a topic that needs to be touched on, and just reminding the kids of the terrors out there. I mean, like there's I don't know if you remember the case of Ariel Castro, where he had like 3 girls, or I don't know how many, in his home, and he had abducted them from the school, not the school, the bus stop.
Oh gosh.
And so I think that just talking to our kids about like the real issues of talking to these strangers, or just giving out so much information about you online, or lying about your age, or putting out provocative pictures, that it's a real danger.
Sure. Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully this movie does get into the screens. We're having a trade screening pretty soon to see if Cinemark wants to take it on. And
good.
Yeah. So we'll just see. We're just gonna cross our fingers.
Yeah. Keep me posted on that. That's pretty exciting.
I would. Yeah, it's very exciting. That's going to happen in Plano, Texas, and we're thinking this coming month would be the good time to do that trade screening, and so hopefully it works out.
Yeah. Now, you also sing in a band.
I do. On Saturdays, most Saturdays, I sing in a band for culture events, for weddings, quinceañeras, baptisms.
Wow.
Sometimes people have like big parties for baptism. So they hire us, and we go and we sing some music from Mexico, Colombia, just Latin music. And
sure.
It's been really fun.
That's great.
I've met a lot of people.
So, what are you working on right now? Like, are you constantly doing stuff with the band? I know you audition and you act. Is there anything you're working on right now that you can talk about?
Yeah, well, we're just bringing this movie into the screens. So that's like the main thing that I've been focusing on.
And that's a lot of work.
Of course. Yeah. We've had to do a lot of phone calls, emails, and all that. And film festivals. Our next film festival is at the Nevermore Film Festival in North Carolina, and that's the 28th. I think it's the 28th of February. And so we're going to be traveling for that. And so we've been doing a lot of traveling with the film, and just trying to push that. And then, of course, I just have my auditions for commercials. I love commercials, so I'm hoping to get a national commercial this year.
Right. I love that you travel with the film. I love that you travel with the film. It's important. I don't think filmmakers necessarily all know how important that is for people that see your film to put a face with it and know who the people are behind the film.
Yeah, I mean, well, sometimes you can't, right, because of fun.
Right.
Like, or when we were traveling with Santiago, I remember they went to Mexico, and I was like, oh, this is the time to go to Mexico, to Oaxaca. And I didn't go, and I still kick myself over it now, because I'm like, had I gone, it wasn't great. Because now, my band, most of the audience that we sing to, they're from that state. So I'm like, yeah, it's a full circle. And, so sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But we've been fortunate to be able to go out and support the film, and and all of this work that all these filmmakers did with this film. We had our directors were adamant about hiring women on the crew. We had 40% women on the crew.
Wow.
We had females on key positions, like our line producers were females.
Oh, that's great.
Our stunt coordinator, she's female, America Young, that's her name. And then we had the second AD was a female. Who else do we have? Oh, makeup, hair, costumes. The editor is a female. The colorist is a female.
Wow.
And then, so they were adamant about that because of the topic. And
sure.
They felt it was the right thing to do. And so when I was on set, people would be like, wow, I've never seen so many females on set before. Oh, and our production designer is also female, and her crew was mostly female.
Wow, that's impressive, really.
Yeah,
that's great.
It was a really fun thing to be part of. It's like a female power type of movie for me.
Yeah. Now, before we run out of time, where can people find you guys? Where is the film? Is there a website? What's going on?
Okay, so our website is donotReplyMovie.com. You can see our trailer there. You can see our festivals that we've done and the festivals that are coming up. And we're also going to be putting up the information on which screens we're going to be screening on, because we're doing a limited theatrical release. So I'm thinking maybe we're trying to get 30 to 100 screenings in the U.S. So those are going to be up on the website, and eventually everyone gets to see it.
Excellent. I will put that website up on this information, so it's with the whole interview. And what about you for your acting? Where can people find you?
For my acting, I have Ivon Millan at gmail.com for my email, but I also have a website, Ivon Millan, IVONMILLAN.com, or just Instagram, Facebook, same thing, IVONMILLAN. And for Do Not Reply, it's Do Not Reply Movie for everything, for Instagram, for
and Twitter.
Facebook, and Twitter, and I have to use Twitter a little more. I feel like everyone's using it more than before, or at least
Yes, you must definitely get back on there. It is extremely valuable. I know it's not super fun, but Twitter is very, very important. I know you guys are on there, but I tried to find you, and I could not find you. I found
really?
the movie.
Maybe it's Ivon_Millan. I have to check, but I mean that's another thing to do. It feels like
I know, right?
The hats of marketing, the hat of producing.
Oh yes,
the hat of
I found you. Here you are. Yeah, it's _Ivon_Millan.
Yes. Yeah. So I want to invite everyone to go over to DoNotReplyMovie.com and check us out. Like us on Facebook. Instagram.
Give a follow on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much, Ivon. It was really great to catch up with you and hear your voice again, since I haven't seen you since the festival.
Yes, Denise. Thank you so much for having me, and I will contact you whenever we're in Orlando again.
Oh, yes, that would be wonderful. Please tell everyone, tell Jackson, tell Daniel, Walter, everyone I said hello, and I hope things are going great. And I will hopefully chat with you guys soon.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Denise. Have a wonderful time.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
You are listening to Shriekfest Radio.
Thanks for listening, guys. Continue to follow those goals. Write it down. It's super important. And check in with us. If you have any questions about Shriekfest or anything, just feel free to email at shriekfest.com. All right, take care, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye.